Okay, so we should be streaming again, and hopefully it's going to clear up all the issues that were happening by restarting it. But let's be real, we're all not that super hopeful for it, but we'll see what happens with it. So fingers crossed you guys are watching this on Twitch and YouTube and you're not having any issues. Going to get everything back up and running on our end again and see if we can go ahead and get you some more stories read. Because that first one was pretty good. I'm pretty happy that we got an alien story.
Yeah, that first story was really good, and I'm upset that the internet was like, oh, sorry, it's not going to work. But I hope you guys got to actually hear it. If not, we release these episodes on Friday, or even earlier than that for the patrons. So if you're a patron, you're going to hear it tonight. Right?
This is true.
Yeah.
I mean, one way or the other, we have to record this, and I mean, did you?
Hold on,
wow,
my mic was
off. That's great.
off.
Awesome. My mic has been off this whole time.
So I'm really sad that you guys didn't get to hear that story if you didn't because of the lag or anything like that. But if you're a patron, you're going to be able to hear it tonight. And if not, it will be released on Friday morning, so you'll get to hear it then. But I really liked it. We always love alien stories. They're super fun, super creepy, and I hope I didn't scare you to thinking that you got abducted. So
yeah, your speculation just gets so wild rather than commenting on what you just read. You're like, what if something even worse happened? Which is just bizarre and terrifying. All right, so we're going to hope that this thing has worked itself out, and I'm going to go ahead and move on into my first one of the show. So I'm also going to give an intro for this. So I'm going to move on to my first one of the show, and its subject is Don't Push Me Again, which is super creepy. And it's short, but it starts out like this. Hello, Adam and Robin. It's me again, Kitty. Yay. And then some
hello,
emojis
Kitty.
that didn't actually make it in the email, probably because it's been forwarded to my mom to be edited and then back again. So I'm just going to imagine that they were smiley faces. So I just remembered a story that my friend told me when we were young, and I thought I'd share it with you guys. So my friend told me this story about a beautiful, good-looking couple in their hometown in the Philippines. One day, the couple had a baby. Shout out to the Sand Mask, who is now following us.
We really appreciate it because we know we're having issues, but the fact that you're following is great.
We appreciate it. So one day, the couple had a baby boy that didn't look normal, deformed face, very ugly looking. Even the mom couldn't dare to look at it. That's so sad. After a year, the family went to a park to celebrate the baby's first birthday when the mom took the baby to the cliff and pushed it. So that's horrific. That's some like Sparta shit from 300.
No, that's when you kick it, isn't it? This is Sparta.
I mean, that works both ways. Yes, the Sparta thing where you kick it and the Sparta thing where you dump the baby. After a year, the family went to a park to celebrate the baby's first birthday. I just read that. Holy shit. Okay. So the mom throws the baby. She pretended it was an accident. Years passed and they had another baby. And this time it was a beautiful baby girl just like her mother. One day they visited the same park and the daughter said to her mom, "Mommy, please don't push me again."
Oh my God, chills. Like that feels like super creepy pasta-ish.
Yeah.
But like it could happen.
It could
you
happen
never
and
know.
it's super creepy. It ends. I don't know how true the story was, but I think it's worth sharing. Anyways, thanks again and keep on creeping on. This is a really good example of how really good short ones can really just creep you out. So
Yeah.
let's hope it's
That was
not
really
true because
good.
no one likes throwing a baby away.
Seriously, story is like sweet, to the point, very good, very
It's not
scary.
sweet. It's straight to the point. But
Very
it's
creepy.
definitely creepy,
But
definitely
I
horrific.
like that one. That one's good.
It's a good one. Thank you for sending that, Kitty. We really appreciate that. So, looking over, I'm not sure how well things are working out right now. Suddenly, we have 50 people watching the stream, according to the numbers, which really means that Twitch is freaking out. But I think we're doing okay because it's not giving me the drop frame warning too badly right now. We're doing worse than we normally do, but it's not as bad as it was before. So
Cool.
Let's go ahead and move on to the next story since that one was super short.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll see if it like kind of flattens out or if it gets worse. So that's the only thing we can really do. So go ahead,
Let's
Robin.
just hope it goes better, not worse. All right. So, this next email begins, "Hey guys, it's me, Rochelle again."
Hello.
Hello, Rochelle.
Thank you for emailing us
I
again.
hope that is how you pronounce your name. This will be sort of pause from the shadow story about my dad that's taking forever to do. Sorry, been busy with life. Everyone's been busy with life. I mean, this could be a finals week for some people. I'm sure it's super busy, people's lives, working, kids, things happen.
Yeah, and this was sent in March, so I'm just saying.
Yeah, we've been busy too. Anywho, straight to the point. I think my grandma's house is haunted by my grandpa. That's so
Nice. Creepy
both
yet nice.
sad, unfortunate, but the fact that it's your grandpa is like, he's not leaving you guys, which is cool.
Yeah.
who died 3 years ago. Strangely enough, my grandpa died at the hospital due to his healing process not going very well after he had a surgery. Anyway, the reason that I feel it's my grandpa's here, meeting the house, because I feel his presence. Everyone can, except my grandma and my aunt and uncles. Background. My grandpa was a very kind man, and he was the peacekeeper of the house. When my grandma sometimes throws fits if she doesn't get her way, he was... peacekeeper if grandma throws fits if she doesn't get her way. And he is also very emotional. He rarely gets angry. How's that? Okay, so emotional, rarely gets angry. I can kind of see how those things go together. I still very much miss him to this day. I just got teary a bit because I miss him.
Oh, that's really sad.
That's very sad.
Okay, so to recap, the grandfather is like even keel and not very emotional and helps out the grandmother who
It says he's very emotional.
Really, I think that's a misprint because the rest of it describes a person who's like tempering someone else who's like prone to tantrums is what it sounds like.
That's why I was like super confused. But okay. All I feel in his house is sadness. That is super depressing. My dad told me that it's because his grandpa doesn't want my grandma to sell the house. She was supposed to give it to my dad since my dad, my brother, and I live with my grandma, while my other siblings are living with my mom. After a nasty fight happened between my strong-headed grandma and my dad because of my grandma's false accusations of us not helping her enough. Dude, I hate family drama like that.
Yeah, it's rough.
Because there's always going to be that stuff with family where they don't think you're doing enough. You know what I mean? Because they want everything done or something.
I don't know. We shouldn't speculate on this person's family drama, but I think we can all definitely relate to a family drama incident within our own families at some point, and it's never, ever a good thing. So let's get back into it.
She decided to sell the house. So
family drama happens, and all of a sudden you're not going to get the house you grew up in or supposed to get. They're just going to sell it outright.
That happened a year ago, and we are in the process of packing everything up, but the house feels depressing. My dad and me are being affected by it. Besides the feeling of sadness, there are things that happened also. I feel like I've been watched while I'm sleeping. Sometimes when I get to my grandma's home, I find my mirror closet, which is important, open sometimes. But something recently happened that I can't explain. It was yesterday. I woke up to use the restroom. I sometimes have the tendency of not closing the door all the way, and it pushes open by itself, which is normal. But if the AC or heater is on, the door is held in place. This time, there was no heater running, and it was being held in place, which to my thoughts, I said, "Hey, Grandpa," sleepily, and finished my business and went back to bed. Also note, I always feel drained a lot in this house, so it made me sleep a lot most of the day. Same is happening to my dad. And the thing with the mirror closet, I don't like sleeping facing it in fear of seeing things in the mirror. Okay, so you know those bedrooms with the mirror doors, the mirror sliding doors where the whole entire wall is mirror? Who decided to do that? Who was the designer that was like, bro, we gotta do this?
Well, someone that probably wasn't like suspicious of the paranormal, who was like, full-length mirror on your closet door, like smartest thing ever.
It is horrible. Anytime I see that, I freak out because I can't sleep looking at it because you're just gonna see stuff in it. You know you're gonna see stuff in it.
Right.
I just those things freak me out.
I'll be real, like I really didn't ever worry about seeing stuff in mirrors until we started doing this show, and now if I get up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom, when I'm leaving, like I walk past the mirror and I'll wash my hands, and when I do that, I never look in the mirror anymore. I'm just like, whatever, like I don't really think there's something behind me, but I don't care to confirm or deny. I'm just going to walk out of here. Shout out to Chessicat98 who just resubscribed for the 8th month. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. And it says, yay, 8 months. Woot.
This happened multiple times a year after my grandpa's death. It's also hard to get out of the house. It gives the feeling of walking through thick mud or feeling closed off. But eventually, when we do get out of the house, we're fine. The feeling's gone. I'm worried that it'll get worse. I'll keep you guys updated, so keep on creeping on, Rochelle. I'm wondering if we have an update somewhere in our email already. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally know what you mean.
So, thank you so much, Rochelle. We hope it went well.
We hope if we have another email, it's like, hey guys, everything's been good. Hope everything's good with you. Okay, bye. Because If it's gotten worse, yes, it would make for an interesting story, but that would mean that would, be bad for you. So let's hope that's not the case. But seriously, solid stuff. Like really, really good. It's super sad too. Like I hate it. I hate when family drama drives things apart.
It's really unfortunate that happened. And hopefully your grandpa's with you other than just at that home too. So hope it's good. I don't know. It's sad. It's just sad.
It is. It's very sad. All right, let's look over into the stream chat and see if you folks had anything to say. I don't think I'm really getting any chat whatsoever from YouTube. So Robin, what do you got over there in Twitch?
I have a whole lot from before. Let me see. McShake and Bake and Glitch chatting about marbles. Lots of people talking about my bangs, which I'm so happy you guys like it. Like, really, you have no idea how much that means to me. Miss Deezy says, Robin looking like a snack. Thank you.
She does.
Let's see. Talking about the lag, which we hopefully got fixed.
Right now, well, like we were dropping like 60% of our frames when we first started. Right now, it's saying that we're dropping about 7% of our frames, which is not good, but it's certainly not 60%, so it might actually be watchable. When we get to marbles, we'll find out just how much of a delay we've incurred, and hopefully it's not too bad.
Miss Deezy says about the whole crowdfunding your new computer. Miss Deezy would like to donate towards a Pentium 3 processor, please.
Funny. No.
Let's see.
The reason I'm being picky about my case, to be honest with you, is because I picked one that I really like, and my mom got it for me for my birthday. It's like the first thing in this new build that I'm going to be doing, because then once you have the case, every time you get something in, like motherboard needs to be next, but after that, you can just like plug and play everything, so it's just ready to go once you've gotten all your pieces. And so that's why I'm like, I would gladly let you folks customize the outside of it. I think that's totally cool. And I'll put up like this list of things that like, and I have this really ambitious build in mind. So I'll put it up and then we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. We'll
like
just leave
better
it
than
there.
mine?
Yeah. Much better than yours.
So unnecessary.
It's not unnecessary because as you can see, I need a computer that can handle a lot of shit right now, especially since we run a camera through it, and then we also have a game that we run at the same time. We have stream chat. We have all this other stuff we do. And plus, when we do YouTube videos and I have to edit them, it takes like 2 hours for me to export a single YouTube video. So, yeah, I'd prefer for that not to be the case nowadays. But, yeah, we'll just figure it out. I'll take it one step at a time.
They're also saying that the audio is good, but the video is delayed / desynced. Did you already fix it?
I asked them if it's been fixed, and they said it's been fixed. I don't know if you need to scroll further down on that one.
Okay.
But yeah, there was some talk about the delay over in YouTube as well, and I requested clarification, and then no one said anything over in YouTube. So I don't know if YouTube's working right now. So you keep going, and I'm going to check out YouTube manually.
Okay. Albrain says, I don't know if you guys read my short experience on the Facebook group, but I drove past the place that screamed at me, and I figured out that it was an abandoned house. That's creepy.
That's super creepy.
That's like it status.
I will be real. I totally read that one, and then I emailed it to the show so that we can also read it on the show. So it was, and I wrote down to myself, like, you didn't repeat this. Like, this came from, like, this came from Facebook. Because I know when I read it, I'm going to be like, oh, shit, like, this sounds super familiar.
Trip7 says, I've not heard any Filipino legends like that. So, although it sounds like an urban legend, I think it's real about the whole, please don't push me again.
The don't push me.
Yeah, that's so creepy.
All right, the YouTube folks are saying over there that it's all good over there, and it actually popped up. So that's a good thing. I think we're going to be okay. It might be a little bit choppy, but hopefully it doesn't get as bad as it was. And the percentage of frames that we're dropping is slowly getting lower as the show goes on. So let's all cross our fingers and hope that something goes our way.
We are very glad that the tech fixes fix things.
I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. When something goes wrong while we're live, I'm like, what can I do? Is there anything I can do? And it's just like fucking IT crowd. Like, have you tried turning it on and off again? And that's just about all the options that I have. When we tried to go live to start, it like deleted all the YouTube settings. I had to go and like remove the rest of them and reset it up. That's why I put it out like an extra 2 minutes, because our YouTube shit just fucking started on fire. And like, even though I've adjusted everything to be ready again, it still says that this is the Patreon Ask Me Anything. And it's like, nope, changed that like 5 days ago. And I changed that earlier today because it didn't take. So
Twitch
just,
does the same thing to me sometimes too, but that's when I'm using Xbox and I'm trying to stream from Xbox. It like won't change the game.
There's
It's
been
really
some stuff,
weird.
but I think we were equipped to handle it a little bit, so hopefully it doesn't get worse and make me a liar.
Raisin Rebel says, my childhood home was filled with mirrors. Rip. I also had those mirrors growing up too, so
I stayed at a house when my friend was house sitting, and the people were like, you can have parties or whatever, like we don't care, just clean it up. And we like their bedroom that I got to stay in, not their bedroom but a bedroom, had like a ceiling on the the mirror on the ceiling, so like when you lay down all you saw was yourself, and it was just really, really creepy. And I was like, I'm not staying in here.
Womoth said they had to make a new Twitch account due to weird Prime issues, so thank you so much for going out of your way to make a new account so you can watch us. That's awesome.
We appreciate that.
Chessie Cat, oh, your cosplay is getting done. That's super awesome. Working on ears and tail. That's super cool. I can't wait to see pictures. If you guys do cosplay, you guys should totally just show us your pictures. Go on Discord. We have a whole chat about different art things. You guys should just show us your stuff, because I love cosplay. I love seeing other people's cosplay and progress pictures. I follow so many cosplayers. It's not even
We
funny.
watch so many videos.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Let's see.
Thank you to Karen for stopping by. They're over there on YouTube. They said, I got to go by. So
Okay,
thank you for
bye.
stopping by.
Abe's Monster says, oh, they're talking about cosplay still. Jangmi says, today at work, while I was asking for a few more cases to work on from my boss, someone said to me, you can ask me for work too, unless you don't like me, because it's not like you ever talk to me.
Aww.
As the posse around her giggles while looking at each other. They're very mean girls. I hate people like that. It's like, you guys are shitty people. I clap back with, no, I'm just quiet and I like to mind my own business and work, but I'm pretty sure giving out work is above your pay grade, since they've changed entire policies based on the fact that all you do is stand? It's probably stand around and do nothing. Jamie says the stream got messed up and cut off her comment, so, but yeah, no,
okay.
I hate coworkers that think they're better than you, and so
yeah, I'm at this new place right now, and I was thinking about today, like, I like pretty much everyone I've met, and I don't know any of the drama going on behind the scenes, and I really don't want to know. Like, I just don't want to know, like, who hates who, because it doesn't matter to me, and I just want to go in and do my job. So it sucks that you have to deal with that, but nice clap back. Take that, bitch.
Let's see. Yep. That's about it. Just talking about building computers and cosplay.
Cool. All right, so I'm going to move on into my second story of this episode, and this one's subject is my dad almost gave my sister a heart attack, and it sounds like it could be one of those really funny ones. And it starts out like this. I'm Etzley, and I've been listening to the podcast since October of 2018, and I gotta say, y'all are the GOAT, LOL.
Oh, thank
GOAT
you so
stands
much.
for greatest of all time, so that's a very nice
That's
compliment.
a very nice compliment.
Thank you. I've finally gotten down to writing a spooky story I've been meaning to, so on to it. In parentheses, it's a rough story, LOL, ADHD sucks. Also, yes, you can read this on the podcast. Growing up, my dad was a playful kind of guy. You couldn't tell that from the strong, quote, resting bitch face he had, but he would like to play tricks on my siblings and I. Like, if you were hanging out on the couch with your feet up, he'd pass by and tickle your feet to make you laugh. But he also had a morbid sense of humor. He always used to say, when I die, you'll all be in trouble. My dad, my entire
It's
life,
fucked up.
has always said, I'm going to haunt you guys when I die. Like, he still says, I think he said it to me the last time I went to lunch with him, just to remind me that when he passes away, like, he's not just going to be there to watch over us, he's going to be there to torment us. So, yeah, I totally understand that.
My dad has resting bitch face, and it's just how his face is built. That his eyes just look
it's just the way
annoyed
God made
with
him.
you. Yeah. But he's not like that. He likes to joke around and laugh and stuff, and he likes playing with kids, and it's just he just looks angry all the time.
My dad also has resting bitch face, which I inherited, and I get told a lot where it's like, oh, like, I really thought you were mean. It's like, did I do something to offend you? I'm so sorry. They're like, oh, no, I just saw you. And it's like, oh, well, then fuck you. Like, what do you want me to do? Okay, so we're going to move on with the story. So it made it really hard not to laugh after he and my brother passed away when I was 10. So it's not written correctly. That's so sad. So it made it really hard to laugh after he and my brother passed away when I was 10. That's super sad. It was so sudden, just days after my little sister's birthday and 2 weeks before mine. It was a rough time, but we remembered them and tried to push on. But on one of the days when my older sister couldn't muster the strength to leave bed, She stayed home from school. The only people at home were my mother and her. My mom was in the kitchen cooking before the lot of us got home from school. My sister was laying face down in her room, her feet hanging off the bed a little ways. She was crying, thinking of our dad and our brother when she felt something tug on her foot. She jolted upright, expecting to see my mom checking in, but there was no one there. She checked on the floor, thinking her foot brushed on something like a shoe, but there was nothing there either. She went to ask my mom if she'd been in her room and explain what happened, but my mom was confused. She hadn't even left the kitchen. My mom said, "I bet it's your dad. He wanted to mess with you one last time."
Aww.
I truly believe it because there's no one who could be such a playful trickster as my dad. To this day, my sister adamantly believes it was my dad telling her to cheer up, so she likes to make other people laugh too and has become the playful kind of person in our family. It's one of her only paranormal experiences, but she says it's her favorite. Anywho, thanks for listening, guys. In parentheses, sorry if it's a mess. It took me like an hour and a half to get my brain on track and stop veering off topic. It was well written.
Yeah,
it was perfectly
it's straight
written.
to the point.
And I hope you guys have a good day. Well, thank you so much for sending that. That is very sad, and that stuff's not easy to share. And
not.
I understand why when people send stuff like that, it's hard for them to get through the email because it's just a difficult thing to relive. And I think it's really nice that you sent that to us because I think that'll remind a lot of people who have lost anyone really, like how awesome the people that they lost were, and like how your sister kind of adapted her lifestyle to like honor the memory. Like that's awesome. Like that's super cool. And that happened to me when my grandfather passed away. Like I was pretty like introverted and honestly like pretty depressed a lot. And I realized like my grandfather was like the center of our family for a long time. And when he passed away, everyone kind of felt lost. And I was just like, I didn't want that to ever happen to my family ever again. And I just remember having this sense of like, I want to be like my grandpa was. Like I want to be someone that everyone can come to. And like I've tried to live my life like that for a very long time. So I think your sister's awesome, and so are you. And thank you for sharing that. So awesome. Let's look over into stream chat and see what any of you folks may have had to say.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Sacred Infinity just subscribed, says, "Hello, friends. I will get that thing to you tonight, Sacred Infinity. Thank you so much."
What thing?
I'll tell you off the air.
Oh, okay.
He sent me something that he wanted me to read and get notes.
Ah.
And so I started reading it when we were in the car, but then on the way back we stopped. Then we had to go get cat food and all that stuff. Then I had to go sleep. So.
Oh, cool.
Super exciting stuff. It wasn't like I'm going to tell you off air because it's super secretive. It's because it's boring as fuck. So.
Oh, snap. Raisin Rebel says that's their story.
Oh my God. Thank you so much, Raisin Rebel.
Thank you so much. Let's see.
Minnie Maria over there on YouTube says, "What's the point of work drama? Is it honestly that hard to do your job and be civil?" Honestly, like, I feel like the people who have work drama are the people who aren't good at their job, that are trying to find like a clique so they can fit in because they know they're never going to excel at what they do. And so they just talk shit about everyone else and hope that they can like make mean girl friends with someone that's like higher up than them that will protect their job because they just aren't good at what they do. And on top of that, it's like, they're usually the people that did that shit in high school that never like moved. Like some people do this thing where they have character flaws that they decide that like that make them interesting, and that's not. It's just like they can't grow as a person because there's something wrong or they just don't want to admit it. So they embrace their character flaws, like their character traits, and all of a sudden they're like super proud of them. And it's like, no, that doesn't make you interesting. It just makes you a bitch. And like, or it makes you an asshole, and then you have to put up with it, and like you're a better person for putting up with it and actually doing your job and having to deal with someone like that. So I totally agree, man. Work drama is absolute nonsense. I hate it.
All right. I totally agree. Hate work drama. I just like to get along with my coworkers, and I try my best to avoid the ones that don't like me. So, all right.
What up, Ralph? Thank you for joining us over there on YouTube.
Thank you so much. I can't believe how many people are in like YouTube and Twitch. It's great. Should I just go into my next story?
Do you have no stuff over there?
No, not really.
Yeah, so go ahead and just jump into your next story. Give us a nice transition. I think it's your last one.
Here is my nice transition. So this next email is from Hunter, and it's just titled My Ghost Story. I have it, so I'm getting into the email now. Just like I wasn't gonna say like me as an I am reading the thing that says, I don't know. Anyway,
I think we all got that. Yeah. Thank you, though.
I have had plenty of paranormal crap happen to me. I'm pretty sure that I live in a haunted house right now. I'll wake feeling like I'm being watched, but that's about it. However, this story is from when I was between 4 and 6. I'm 16 now, so the details are pretty fuzzy. Most of it is pieced together from what my mom told me, and the little I could remember. My younger brother, who is 3 to 5, he's about 20 months younger than me, and will be called John, has always had an active imagination. Now, we think this wasn't just his imagination. We lived in this super old house. An old man died in it about a year before we moved in. That's always nice, right? I found out after this happened, and it was because the house burned down and he didn't own any fire alarms. That's rough.
That is really rough.
So it's only normal that it has an odd vibe. He used to talk to people only he could see. So this is John, I'm assuming. John only talked to people that he could see. And the adults would always joke about his sixth sense, which I need to watch and take that red thing. The whole idea of him using red in that movie.
Oh, paying attention to all the things that are red.
Yep.
Like everything in that movie is red once you actually realize that red was an important color.
Yep.
That's something for Sixth Sense folks who haven't seen that movie in a long time. Go back and take a shot every time something important is red, and I'm pretty sure you'll be dead by the end of it. So
Sometimes he would scream. And since we shared a bedroom at the time, it would wake me. He would talk about the red-eyed man. Sometimes he would be at the door of
this
his...
just got super interesting.
What, the red-eyed man?
Yeah.
Sometimes he would be at the door, at the foot of his bed, sometimes outside the door. Once he was on the ceiling staring at us, but usually he was inside our closet. The way our rooms were set up, my back was to our closet, but John's was facing it. That poor kid.
Right.
Now, I don't remember much, but I don't think I will ever be able to forget what happened next. I saw a shape in the middle of the room move towards John's bed. It was even darker than the room. It was around midnight by this time, and the nightlight was dead. It seemed kind of slumped over and walked with a limp. John was screaming at the top of his lungs, but it would be a few more minutes before our parents would decide they should come check on us.
Wow, that's pretty messed up, man.
It's fucked up, man. Parents, get your shit together.
It's like you hear your kids screaming, and it's just like, ugh, do you want to go check on them? I'm not getting up, man. I have to work in the morning.
It was because John's screaming was a normal thing by this point. That's crazy. But the scariest part of that night was the thing's eyes, if you could call them that. As red and as bright as molten lava, no eyelids, no face to go with them, never blinking, never taking their gaze off of John. Even after my screams joined his. Holy crap, that's scary. They were more orbs hovering where the eyes should be. I threw my pillow at it, but it went right through. What? I decided then that it was all a dream. Filled with this new courage, I got up to get our parents, but my wobbly legs gave out on me, and I smacked my head on the jagged edge of the glass doorknob.
Ouch.
It was one of the only things that they could salvage from the fire about a year earlier. The thing turned his gaze towards me. I ran for the door, but the doorknob wouldn't turn. I froze up in fear. The monster touched me in the chest on both sides. John was holding his left hand in terror, and our parents busted in. A few weeks later, John would trip and fall into a fire pit that had been out for almost 24 hours, and he got third-degree burns on his left hand.
Jesus Christ.
He recovered without even a scar. Oh, that's good.
Shout out to It's Steph, who just resubscribed with the Amazon Prime
Thank
Twitch
you so
subscription
much.
for the second month. Thank you.
A little bit later, I got pneumonia and almost died. I got a super high fever, was on the brink of a total organ failure because of severe dehydration and other typical pneumonia shit. I also fully recovered. The doctors couldn't figure out how John got burnt from long dead coals or how I came into contact with whatever the hell causes pneumonia. I think it was the old man in the closet that caused it. He touched my chest and I got pneumonia. He touched John's left hand and he got burnt from cold coals. Plus, the old man, who I'm sure we saw that night, died in a fire.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's super crazy.
My parents wouldn't believe me, and John couldn't remember anything about that night. Neither could my parents. I have no idea why I can, but I do know I couldn't sleep in that house ever again. We did move about 8 months later, but sometimes I still see those eyes in the darkness of my room or in my dreams. I'm pretty sure it's just my imagination, but I'm sure what happened that night was real. I did some research after the fact. He was about 90. He was also always hunched over and carried a cane. I don't want to share the name of the old gentleman to protect everybody's privacy. This is the first time I have told this story, as I realized nobody else either remembered it or didn't want to talk about it. Thank you guys so much for giving me a chance to vent this. It sucks needing to just keep it bottled up inside. Thank you so much for sharing it.
Yeah,
That's
seriously, we appreciate you sending it to
crazy.
us.
Like, what are the odds that you, even if it was like a dream or a nightmare, you still got sick,
Right.
and your brother still got burned? Like, what are the odds?
It's one of those things too where when it happens to you when you're young, and like it's funny because Ralph just joined our chat over there on YouTube, and one of the stories he talked about happened to him and his cousin, I'm pretty sure, and they used to talk about the fact that it happened until he got to a certain age, and then all of a sudden that person didn't remember it whatsoever, you know? And it's like you hear a lot about things that happen where people's mind segment like memories to like protect their personality or protect like what's going on with them.
Yeah.
And you wonder if stuff like that that's super traumatic might have taken place. And it's another thing too where it's like, yeah, maybe you were dreaming, maybe this wasn't like exactly a super paranormal experience like it certainly feels like, but at the same time it's like you still like people still don't understand how your brother got burnt or how you wound up getting pneumonia. So yeah, it's super creepy.
Yeah,
Thank you for sharing
creepy.
it. And I think it's a really good reminder too for folks that have stories like that where you're like, something crazy happened, I can't explain it, and I don't tell anyone about it because I don't want people to think that I'm crazy. You can send those to us. And like we got one today where it's like, please don't share this. I just wanted to talk about this with someone because no one will believe me. And like we want to hear it because one, it's interesting as shit. And two, we don't want people out there that listen to the podcast to feel like they don't have anywhere to turn. Like you can send something to us and we're going to get to it and we're going to respond to you. So thank you so much for sending that in. Like that's super intense. So right on. Let's look over into stream chat and see if you folks had any comments over there. Ralph says, why is everyone so silent today? I don't know. We had some issues starting out in the stream where it was just lagging and we had to restart the stream, and it seems to have worked itself out, knock on wood, and it's hopefully not like 45 minutes behind anymore. But yeah, we had some people that were in the stream early that have just dropped out, and I don't think they came back. And there's still some people over there though that are talking to us. Blanca Bella says, oh my God, there was an older lady at work that would cry about everything they would tell her.
Wow.
She would always make herself a victim. It's the worst, man. Like if
What is
anything
wrong with
changes, like I don't know how many people have worked in like a big office setting, but like if anything changes in the way someone does their job, like it could be for the better and they will bitch up a storm. Like some people are just addicted to complaining. They really truthfully are.
All right. Do you want to get into... Oh.
You don't have anything over there?
No, I have my side. Okay, so Glitch says, be right back at work. I need to craft additional pylons. I just had to say that because I love saying must build or must construct additional pylons.
It's pretty good.
Sacred Infinity says he plans on coming out here soon, which I think would be super cool.
Hit us up. Let us know. We got to hang out, bro.
Bring Brittany. All right.
My favorite poem is Roses are red, violets are blue. The only additional pylon I need is you.
That's pretty
awesome.
It's pretty romantic.
I know, it's good stuff.
If you guys aren't StarCraft fans,
you don't get
it. Let's see. Spooky Zora says, ooh, another reason to go rewatch my favorite movie, The Sixth Sense.
It's cool. It's your favorite movie.
So I had no idea about the red thing until The Sixth Sense, I think, was on the TV at one point, just randomly. We were probably scrolling through channels or something. And then Adam's like, if you notice, everything is freaking red. And I was just...
blown away.
Yeah, I was mind blown. I had no idea.
Watch director's commentary, especially for your favorite movies. If it is available on any movie that you like that is on your shelf, if you put it in and you just watch it, you get to listen to the person who made that movie talk to you about making that movie, and it's super interesting. And I think people always forget that shit is included. It's not like the super deluxe special edition. A lot of movies just come with that, and like there's just fascinating shit about like every movie. Like I've seen Get Shorty like 1,000,000 times, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna watch this with director's commentary. And there's so much that I didn't know about making that movie that was just super friggin' interesting. And listening to the guy who directed Get Shorty talk about like all the actors and all the times he's worked with them, like while I'm watching the movie, I'm like, damn, man, like this is just so cool. It's like you get to watch something that you love, like, and it's just brand new all over again. So anyone who has any movie, doesn't have to be a horror movie that's on your shelf, like go grab it, see if there's director's commentary on it, watch it, and then tell us what you thought.
We should watch the one that's on Memento.
I've never seen Memento. So
okay.
Let me watch it first, and then we can watch it with director's commentary.
Okay. So 777 says, would you guys feel more threatened with a paralysis demon that looked like a man or a woman? I say woman because women are catty as fuck sometimes.
I'd feel just as threatened either way. Like
I don't know.
I think both genders are just as terrifying.
But imagine just like, I don't know, it's like the old hag syndrome type stuff, you know? If I saw an old lady sitting on my chest, it'd be way more scary than some old dude.
It doesn't matter who's shitting on my chest. I won't be pleased.
Yeah, I don't want to go there.
She says that like there's some story behind it. There's not. She's just being weird for the sake of being weird.
Let's see. A lot of people said a female-looking one would scare them more, which is cool that I'm on that same boat. Let's see. Spooky Sora says M. Night Shyamalan is a hit or miss, to be honest.
No, I totally agree. He started off very well, and he just dipped and got worse and worse, and now he's like kind of on his way back a little bit. I haven't seen Split or Unbreakable 3. Glass. I haven't seen Split or Glass.
I don't think Glass is out yet, is it?
It's been out for a very long time. Yeah, so I haven't seen either of those. I know the twist at the end of Split, and then that obviously set up Glass, so like I want to see both of those. Ralph over there in Utah says, "Hey Adam and Robin. Hey Adam, if Robin turned into a zombie, could you take her out?" And same question to her. I could, but I wouldn't.
He could totally take me out. I don't think I could take him out. He'd be one of those zombies like in Left 4 Dead, where they're the big ones that just explode.
You think I'm the fat one filled with gas?
Yeah.
Okay. I could take her out, but I probably wouldn't. There's two options. I would either chain her up in my shed and play video games with her.
Aww.
Just like at the end of Shaun of the Dead, spoiler alert. Or I just let her bite me so we could be zombies together. So,
you wouldn't let me bite you.
I don't know. You bite me all the fucking time, so I'm pretty sure I wouldn't.
And you don't let me.
No, I tell her to stop after I've been bitten. So I might just let her bite me so that we could be zombies together. So
sometimes Adam makes eye contact with the camera. This is Jang Mi, and I feel like he's trying to have an eye conversation with us.
I am. Sometimes stuff happens where I'm like, this sounds incredible, or I'm like, can anyone go check Reddit to see if this is like fake? But I don't want to say it out loud because I don't want to offend people. But at the same time, I get like super skeptic. Or sometimes like there's a long pause and I'm like waiting for the next thing to be read, and I like look at the camera because I'm sure they're yearning for the next words to come out of your mouth as well. So that's what that's about.
Lots of talk about having pneumonia. Chessicat says she just got over having pneumonia.
Nazario over there on YouTube says, "Keep up good work. Keep it scary." We're trying, and thank you so much to everyone that sends us your stories because like these episodes like are us just sitting here reading this. Like these come from you folks, and they're fucking fantastic. Like let's be real.
McShake and Bake says, "It's all right, Adam. I'm full of gas too." And Valley Grill's got the blanket in. You should show us.
Yes, take pictures.
Yeah,
I want to see
tag
it.
us in pictures. I really want to see it. I was looking at it today, and I actually think I might order one for us because it looks so cute.
I really want to order. Well, this is the thing. Like, I'm not even gonna say it. We are capable of ordering these things for ourselves now, but when like funds wind up hitting our account, they're allocated to things that needed to be paid for like the last 4 months that we've been like just barely keeping up with during like unemployment times. But I really, really want to order the fucking coffee mug, like so
I want
bad.
The pillow too, the Keep On Creeping On pillow.
It's a really nice pillow.
Also,
we're gonna start ordering stuff, and it's just gonna be everything's gonna be up here. And at some point, we're gonna get bored with it, and we're gonna give it away at Marbles on stream. Well, it's gonna wind up happening.
We have so much nerdy stuff everywhere, and our stream is not a nerdy stream.
I know, dude. Like, we have 2 BlizzCon boxes from this past BlizzCon that were opened, looked at, and everything was put directly back in because we're like, we're not going to use any of this.
Yeah, it was like a book of memories about BlizzCon. We've only gone to BlizzCon
a giant challenge
twice.
coin.
Yeah, a challenge coin, and we didn't use any of it. We're just like, we don't care about
at some
this.
point we're gonna do a giveaway for this, but we don't have nerd chills anymore, so like who will we give it to type of thing.
Because last BlizzCon, before this one, we gave away BlizzCon stuff because we had a nerd podcast, and
it will not be happening this year because we're going to BlizzCon and we got those fucking statues, and I am so psyched because they might not be the best quality, but they look great. Ralph was also at BlizzCon. He says I gave my box away. LOL. Ralph was next to me when they were announcing stuff, so he got to hear me go crazy when they announced the new Warcraft 3 Reforged.
Yeah.
And he got to hear me boo when they announced Diablo Immortal. I was just like, this sucks. So can't wait to go back.
Yeah, BlizzCon was...
It's very special.
Yeah.
It's very fun.
I am sad because I really want the new collector's edition, the 15th anniversary edition for World of Warcraft, the statue in it, and it's sold out everywhere.
I want WoW Classic beta. I used to get into betas at the first, so I got a beta key for, I think it was WoW, super early, right before it got like off the ground. I know you guys probably don't give a shit about this, so I'll make it short. And then after that, I did so many bug reports that I used to get into the betas super quick. So I got into StarCraft 2 beta, like first round. And back then, it was people that were all just looking for bugs. So if it didn't bug out, I would fucking demolish people. I was like, I got at that game. And then they let other people in, and I started getting my ass kicked. But I was like, WoW beta came out. WoW Classic beta's out. Why didn't I get a key? And I went and checked my settings. And because it's a new product, I had to go in there and manually update it to say, like, yes, I'd like a key for this. And now I'm at the back of the line. And I was like, damn it, like I really wanted this too.
Miss Deezy says, oh yeah, thanks for that Mutter Museum book. Quite disturbing. I hope you actually do like it. I really like really strange things. So I always buy these strange books, like medical books and weird collection type books.
It's true.
Yeah, so I have my own collection of strange. I just love books. I don't know.
It's funny.
But that's the type of stuff that comes in the Patreon boxes, like weird things that it's like stuff that's curated by me. So
and I toss in a movie here and there.
Yeah, so he'll toss in a movie and or whatnot. But it'll be like books or small things. I think Adam's the one that curated Connor's last box. So.
I did. It was a nightmare to ship. Like nothing would work right. I finally got that last box shipped out. I'm pretty sure like the last week of the month it was supposed to arrive. And I was just like, man, I don't know how Robin does this shit all the time. It gave me such a better appreciation for what she does. Like, curating shit is easy. Shipping shit is a nightmare. Because it's like anyone could go find fun, interesting stuff on Amazon and buying it. But packing it into a box, putting an address on it, and then actually getting it to go out, that is not so easy. So, yeah. Quick golf clap for Robin.
Oh, thank you. Let's see. All right.
So I want to give a shout out. I think I'm going to say this right. Feicai. Feicai.
Feicai.
Feicai. It's their first stream with us. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. I gave you a heart, and then I sent you a message. It's always me typing if it's YouTube. So thank you so much for joining us for your first stream ever. It's pretty awesome. And they are talking about the Mutter Museum. Feicai said, Mutter Museum is great. I got my menstrual cycle poster there. That's absolutely hilarious. And Feicai says, Robin got it right. Of course you did.
It's probably because I'm Asian.
Yes. I hope so. I hope it's not because I'm an idiot, but I think it could be both. Let's be real.
And just so you guys know, we do have a $50 tier on Patreon where I go out, I go do some shopping, and we send the $50 patrons a little tiny like gift package of cool stuff that I find that month. And send it out to you guys, so it's kind of like a little bit of me doing some.
It's like a scary-ish loot box that's not exactly
really a loot box because it's not a lot of stuff. Okay, it's not like a giant like.
It's our break-even point. Is what it is.
It's our break-even. So just to let you guys know, Patreon.com/scaryish-podcast. You guys can head over there and check out what we got.
Cool. You've already read your last one, right?
That is my last one.
Okay. So let me get this all queued up. I will move on into my second. Fuck. Okay. Take two.
Jesus.
Stop.
Derp.
So I'm going to go ahead and move on into my last one of the show. And this subject is feel free to read sleep paralysis stories. So I thought we were going to make it through one episode without a sleep paralysis story. But let's be real. It's super common. Way more common than people act like it is. And I'm not shocked. And it starts out like this. Hi, Adam and Robin.
Hello.
Hello. This is my second email, and I'm glad to see the podcast gaining more followers. Oh, my God. Gaining more and more followers, fans, and listeners as time goes by. Been a fan since day one and will continue to be one as long as I breathe. LOL. Thank you so much. I notice a lot of sleep paralysis stories on the pod, and I feel like I should share mine here. In parentheses, one of many over the years, especially after you read that one letter where the listener shared their strategy to wake up from a sleep paralysis moment, moving your pinky finger.
Yeah.
Good thing to remember. I have tried this strategy back in my college days, more or less 10 years ago, and has worked every single time.
That is really cool.
That is very interesting.
It's nice to have something that you know is tried and true. You're going to wake up. You're not going to be tormented by this thing.
Or paralyzed.
Yeah,
I can
awesome.
escape. I can escape from dreams, and it's like, I'm going to knock on wood here because I used to have such bad nightmares. I can escape from dreams all the time. I never get stuck in a dream anymore. But sleep paralysis, like, I never remember the pinky thing. So I'm going to try and force myself to remember it. Getting back to the email. Although I must say, despite sounding so simple, it can be very hard to do in the moment. I find it absurd how this tiny part of the human body could weigh like 100 tons when you're in the sleep paralysis moment.
Yeah.
It's totally true. Anyone who has sleep paralysis knows exactly what you're talking about. Anyway, my first episode of sleep paralysis happened when I was around 12, approximately a year after my father died of violent death.
Oh my God, what is this?
A lot of death in this episode.
This theme,
That's
this
so
episode
sad.
is like...
We're sorry about your father's passing.
Yes.
I reckon it was due to the stress brought about by his passing. I have had tragic nightmares since then, but the bad things do not happen to me in the dream, but to my loved ones around me. That's how a lot of my nightmares are too.
Well, once you lose someone, it's like now you're afraid to lose everyone.
Yeah.
You know?
My first lucid sleep paralysis moment went like this. I found my female cousin, who was very close to me at the time, crying in front of their house. There were funeral flower arrangements at the door, complete with ribbons saying condolences, but I couldn't figure out who exactly died. I approached her and asked her what was wrong. When she looked at me, she turned paper white as if she'd seen a ghost. Oh shit, I think it's his funeral. I shook her and demanded to tell me what was happening. She didn't say a word, and with wide eyes and mouth agape, she pointed to the coffin inside the house. There were a lot of people inside, but as I approached the coffin, it seemed like nobody noticed me. As I leaned forward to look who was inside the coffin, I was shocked to see that it was me, dressed in all white, eyes closed, and lying motionless.
No
Holy
way.
shit. Then everyone in the room, including the house, vanished. All I could see was the coffin and darkness. Then came 6 black, hooded figures who lifted the coffin and proceeded to march near the beach. In parentheses, our house in the province was somewhat near the sea.
That's crazy.
I could feel their hands on my back as they lifted the coffin, cold and calloused. As they came near the shore, they threw the coffin with me in it into the waters.
Oh my gosh.
I could feel the waves rippling through my back, which was now drenched in a cold sweat. When the coffin started sinking into the sea, I woke up, which then woke my mother up. I immediately asked her if my female cousin back in Province was okay. She said she was, and then I told her about my dream. A few days later, my uncle, in parentheses, the female cousin's dad, died. And as far as I could remember, I just got cold chills. As far as I could remember, ever since then, I would dream something horrible, and then a few days later, I would learn that a relative of ours had died. At first, I found it disturbing, but somewhere between the 3rd and 4th death, I said to myself maybe it was a power I had unlocked after my first sleep paralysis incident. Sorry, but this is the only way I know how to cope. Comparing my life to some fantasy RPG I could someday get out of. LOL. I think that's totally fine. The first time I was able to use the move your pinky technique was when I was in college around 18-ish. I forgot what the dream was exactly, but I remember facing off some ugly demon hag telling me I was not enough. Needless to say, nursing school took a toll on my mental health at the time, and I think anyone who's been through nursing school will agree. But it was a teacher from my nursing school who taught me that technique. So I guess that really balanced things out in the end. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was consciously trying to move my pinky, and this hag demon lady was choking me, in parentheses, and not in a sexy way.
Oh my God.
So she was cutting off the oxygen and the blood.
Oh my God.
And kept belittling me. I remember spitting at her face. Fuck yeah, dude. Like something's choking you and talking shit, and you just spit in their face. Like, fuck you. I love that. In parentheses, also not in a sexy way. I don't know if spitting in someone's face can ever really be done in a sexy way.
But I've watched Prawn where people spit in their face, and I'm like, ew.
I've watched Prawn too, and I'm just like, God. Like, moving on to the next video. And saying, watch me, bitch. The moment my pinky moved, the rest of my body followed suit, and I was able to open my eyes again. Part of me wanted to sleep again just to tell that demon hag lady she was wrong, but then again, she might be counterintuitive. So I just drank coffee and opened my books to make the rest of the dawn productive. I have had more sleep paralysis stories after that, but I honestly could not remember what happened in those moments except that I employed the pinky technique, and it has worked every time, albeit with extreme difficulty. Stay awesome, you guys, and I just want to say that I am happy and proud to be part of the positive, inclusive, and healthy community you've built with your fan base. Keep on creeping on, Ryan.
Thank you so much for sharing
that
your
was
story.
Excellent, and I absolutely love the way that you deal with these things when they happen to you. I mean, you've had some really rough shit happen in your life, but like coping by just telling yourself like maybe it's a power, like maybe it's something that's special about me and not something that I need to like dread is a great way to cope. And on top of that, like spitting in a demon's face while they're choking you and talking shit to you, it's pretty badass.
Dreams that are premonitions too are a common thing, it seems like, because I know my mom thinks her dreams are usually premonitions, but it happens. People have had dreams that they just happen to come true, Buffy being one of them.
Buffy as in Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Yes.
I hate you so much, dude.
I just had to add that in there. But no, seriously, there are people that have had dreams that are just premonitions, and it's more common than you'd think.
Yeah.
So.
We hear about it a lot on the show, and I think if you are open to talk to people about experiences they've had, you probably find that it's a lot more common than you would expect.
Yeah.
So awesome. Fantastic
Yeah.
story. Thank you for sending that in, Ryan. I really, really enjoyed that one. I'm really glad we ended on it too. It's a really good
that's a
note to
really
end on.
good last email. I mean, the theme of this week has been strange, but
it's been like close family members or parental units passing
Yeah.
away. So we must have talked about something like that around the time these emails got sent. So thank you so much for sharing that stuff with us. And honestly, like, and I was debating about whether or not I was going to talk about this. Like this, it's weird that this is the episode because like last night I slept horribly because I had dreams of a friend of mine who passed away and he was alive. And I was like realizing that it was a dream, but at the same time, it was like, all I realized is that the person who I was with was actually dead. And I started like trying to do everything I possibly could to keep them from dying.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course, out of nowhere, I was just like in their house with their family, like the day they passed away. And it was just horrible. And I woke up and got ready for work and I was leaving and I let my mom know, like when I was walking out the door, I was like, I had this dream about so-and-so dying last night. It was horrible. And like, she only heard the first part about it and she goes, was it a good dream?
Oh my God.
And I was like, it was about so-and-so dying and it was horrible. So no, it was not a good dream.
And you literally are like, it was horrible.
And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. I only heard the first part. And I was like, it's okay. I know you weren't trying to mess with me or anything. So I'm really appreciative of this email hitting when it did because it makes me feel a little bit better about having that dream. So thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And let's look over into stream chat, see what you folks had to say. I'll go first because that's the last email we had. Realistically, we had a lot of really short emails, so it's annoying as shit that the stream was not working well at the beginning of it because it's just like it should have been like a nice, easy, smooth show. But hey, it seems to have steadied out. So
Beast Nerd in Twitch is like, welcome to the Prawn Podcast. Today's subject, spitting.
Spitting and choking. Cut off the blood, not the oxygen, people.
Jesus.
And I'm just saying, if you're one of the people that's into the oxygen cutting off, have someone spot you. You don't want to wind up with a belt around your neck when you die.
Okay. Oh my God. No, stop. Okay, stop talking about the weird stuff in the chat. I'm gonna scroll up there.
Robin skipping that shit.
Let's see.
Ralph says, is Robin going to have a booth at any upcoming cons?
I'm going to have I think I'm going to have a booth at ShineCon again in 2020. I think it's March of 2020.
ShineCon.
But
You
ShineCon.
crazy diamond.
Yeah, so I'm going to be at
doesn't
ShineCon
get
March
that
2020 and then Level Up Expo again in February of 2020. So it's going to be May.
I knew it.
And those are the only ones I think for the time being. I don't have any plans for any other ones coming up. I don't know.
No booths, but we'll be at BlizzCon. Imagine having a booth at BlizzCon.
Holy shiza.
You'd have to be selling something pretty important.
Yeah.
Carrie Sumner says, hi guys from Australia, smiley face. Thank you for joining us from tomorrow. It's pretty impressive.
Let's see.
Fake Eye said, LOL, watch me, bitch.
Thank you, Girl Panic 95 for joining us. Miss Deezy says, I fell asleep after watching Chernobyl on HBO. I had the worst nightmare. Never again. I
forgot that came out.
I really want to watch Chernobyl. Is it like a horror type thing or is it like documentary?
I think it's like, I mean, it's not documentary because it's actors, but I think it's like a drama built off what actually happened at Chernobyl, or as much as we possibly know about it at this point.
I find it absolutely fascinating, so I totally want to watch it. Let me know if it's worth it.
Mario says, hi, I love you guys. Hello, Mario. And then says awkward because they misspelled you guys. It's totally fine. Not that awkward. I was just talking about choking people, so it's not as awkward as you think.
Oh my God, shut up.
Fake Eye says, I feel like you guys think I'm weird now that I mentioned I have a menstrual cycle poster, but it's because I'm a gynecologist. It's not weird. Even if you weren't a gynecologist and that's the poster you want to hang on your wall, like, all the power to you. Like, I am totally cool with whatever anyone is into. I mean, our show is weird. People that like our show are probably weird, and I'm totally fucking fine with that. Like, I'm super weird, and she's pretty weird. And I emphasize the pretty because she looks really good today.
Thanks.
She really does.
I'm rewatching Flight of the Conchords again, and now whenever I hear you say "if that's what you're into," I'm like, "If that's what you're into," like that stupid song.
Rainy Season over there on YouTube says, "Sup, bitches? Love you both very much. We love you too, Rainy Season.
So much.
Thank you for saying that. We appreciate it." This show started out really bad, and like, there's a lot of people that showed up, and a lot of you guys are first timers and being very nice. So it's a really good thing.
Thank you, Queen Caffeine, for making it for marbles.
So for those of you who are brand new and are watching from YouTube, let me stop making the white power /butthole/OK symbol. For those of you who are watching from YouTube and it's your first time, we do this thing at the end of the show where we play this game called Marbles on Stream. And all you have to do is be in Twitch and type in !play, and you have an opportunity to win some Scary-ish merch because we give away 2 free stickers or static clings or something like that. And thank you so much. Carrie Sumner says, "You both are looking great today." I appreciate that. But realistically, if you want to enter it, all you have to do is switch over to Twitch, which is twitch.tv/scarishpodcast. It's free to make an account to watch, and then all you have to do is just talk in the chat. That said, if you don't want to join, please continue to watch from YouTube. But if you do want to join, it's a good time right now to switch over to twitch.tv/scarishpodcast because Robin's going to read some of her Twitch chat, and I'm going to get the game set up because it's a really nice way to unwind because sometimes we get some really heavy emails, and if we end on one, then at the very least for the folks that watched us live, we want to bring it down a bit and have some fun and give away some shit. So I'm going to get this ready, and Robin, go ahead and read more of your stuff.
Yeah, so if you guys on YouTube, hop over to twitch.tv/scarishpodcast. We do 2 races every week, and you win some type of scary-ish goodie that I mail out to you if you are first place on either of the races. So
I'm pretty sure who won last week have the envelopes licked and sealed and ready to go out, and they're still right over there.
Yeah, they're stamped and everything. I just have to mail them out. I also have to mail out a new patron stuff too. So just so you know, if you sign up mid-season cycle for our Badge of Honor tier on Patreon, I still package that season stuff up and mail it out to you, even if it's mid-season. So if you guys were wondering, that's how I do it.
A lot of people message us about, hey, if I bump up my Patreon level or if I sign up right now, will I still get the stuff?
Yeah. So
that's yes. The answer is yes.
All right. There was something that I was going to read. Jangmi says, "Come to AX, which is Anime Expo in LA. Our maid cafes have booths, and we're participating in the Ultra Party. If I could afford a booth at Anime Expo, I would. But it's so expensive, and it kills me. Because I really want to go to Anime Expo. I've never been.
It's gonna kill me.
My friends are always like, oh, you should come out. And I've had a whole bunch of friends that are asking me to come out for Anime Expo. His friend literally has a band that's going to Anime Expo. And have you asked him yet?
2 of my friends. I have not. I've talked to him a little bit, but it's mostly been about bachelor party stuff.
Okay.
But
Lucas.
yeah, I have a friend who gets invited to Anime Expo. His band plays some anime music. I think one of their songs is actually the opening of a lesser known anime, actually. But yeah, my friends Stefan and Lucas, they're amazing human beings. They're going to be in LA for it. And yeah, that'll be super cool. If they can hook us up and we can get it a little bit cheaper, we might actually wind up going to it. So awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and move the screen over. Robin, keep reading your stuff.
Okay. Miss Jeezy says that Chernobyl is brilliant and it's pretty darn historically accurate.
It's good to know.
So we should watch it. Let's see. Still more talk about Saliva.
Saliva, the band, or like actual spit?
No, there's a band called Saliva.
I'm pretty sure there's a band called Saliva.
Weird.
So at this point, while Robin is reading this stuff, if you type in !vote, then a space, then the number that corresponds with the track you want to race, you can vote on which track we're going to race. Unbearable Media says, "Hi, what two shit is this? This is a show where we read stories that have been sent to us from our listeners because we have a podcast about horror stories that they had, and at the end of it, we play marbles on stream."
If we could get a mod over there, glitch, that'd be great. Over on YouTube. Okay. Let's see. Oh, hello, Fake Eye, for joining us on Twitch. Thank you for jumping over. La la la. Just scrolling through, trying to see what else is there to read in chats.
All right, we got some votes coming in. I'm not sure exactly which one is in the lead right now, but whichever one gets the majority of the votes is the one that we're going to race. And then after that, Whoever wins the first one has their own little section where they can vote on it. And if we wind up tying, then whoever won the first one gets to pick which one we're going to race, because we just go based off what the winner's choice is if there's a tie. Because it sucks when you sit around and you're like, all right, someone vote for a different one. We're just going to go with whoever winds up winning. So, but majority rules first and foremost.
Jamie says, hashtag vote, what about cheat codes? Beastnerd says, hashtag vote, no hackers.
That's funny.
I'm kind of excited about marbles. I feel like it's been a really long week. Like, it's been forever since we've had a live stream. But it's been 7 days. I don't know.
It's been long as shit. That's all I know. It's always nice when you folks send us your emails, man, because, like, when I see them come in for the week, if we don't get a lot, I'm like, ooh, like, I hope we don't run out. But if we start getting a lot, I'm like, hell yes, dude. Like, audience participation and awesome stories are so much fun. Right now, there is a tie for the number one track because so many of them only have 2 votes, which means I'm going to bust out my phone and I'm going to vote on this shit too. Thank you for that, Glitch. We appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I will say, right before he got modded, he did say, "Oh, cool," and he was actually kind of nice. So, I mean, it's just one of those things where it seemed like a troll had just popped in the chat, but I think he actually was going to be cool about it. So, hopefully when he comes off, he's like, no big deal. And maybe he'll switch over to Twitch and then join us in the marbles race. So, let me go ahead and jump into the stream and toss up my vote.
All right. Aw, Miss Deezy says, I've missed so many. You have missed so many. And I think in previous streams, too, I've totally been like, where is Miss Deezy? But everyone has lives. And
we get it, man.
We get it.
We really do. We totally understand.
We, surprisingly, I'm sure, we do notice when certain people that we see week after week are missing. And we totally understand that everyone has a life. Everyone has things happen.
We have very close friends IRL that like are not like stream friends or anything. But sometimes we just don't hear from them for a month or two. You know what I mean? And when that happens, you're just like, I'm sure they are busy and I'm going to catch up with them sooner or later. So in honor of the alien emails that we got, I think we're going to go ahead and go with the leading vote getter right now, which is Alienated. And for those of you who are brand new in Twitch,
Alienated.
When we get this thing going, I'm going to tell you exactly what to do so you can get included. And then we're going to race. And it's kind of fun. It's funny, when I first thought about doing this, I didn't think Robin would be on board. Then we tried it out. And now everyone's like, this is amazing. Type exclamation point play.
Yeah, exclamation point play. I was totally going to slur that word. Beast Nerd is going to E3 in a couple weeks. Holy crap, we're going to the Winchester in a few weeks.
Yeah, it's the same week.
I'm so excited.
We already got 20 of you in marbles, which is awesome to see. Exclamation point play to jump in and get yourself some free merch. Unless you lose, then you don't get shit. But a lot of times...
That's so mean.
That's real, though. A lot of times people that win are like, hey, I already got something, pass it on to the next person, because community is pretty awesome, let's be real. So for those of you who are brand new, exclamation point play and try and get yourself something. So Meadows over there says, E3, one day I will go. The day you go, let us know and we will make sure we go at the same time, because E3 has a very special place in my heart. The first time we went to E3, I had to be separated from half the group because there was a breakup, and half of the breakup went with one side, half of the breakup went with the other side, so it wasn't like a unified fun experience, but I got to play a lot of really fun shit. The next year, I got laid off like the first day of E3 while I was working from the Airbnb. So Meadows,
it was very awkward for me because I'm like super high off of being able to play like Kingdom Hearts 3 and playing all these games.
I'm like, I got news for you, lady.
So when he told me, I'm just like, oh.
They literally requested that I go home. They're like, can you come home early? Can you come home on Thursday? I was like, that's the third day of the convention when most people aren't here and I can play stuff. Like, do you need me there? They're like, yeah. And then they laid me off on Tuesday, which is what they wanted me to come home for on Thursday. They got rid of the whole friggin' department. And so when I went to see her that day, I was just like, I got good news and bad news. What do you want first? She's like, bad news. I was like, I got laid off. And like for 5 minutes, she was just like so upset. And
I thought he was kidding.
Then finally she was like, was there good news? I'm like, oh yeah, we can stay on Thursday if you want. And she was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? I was like, yay.
It was just insane. And I felt really bad too because I got to play all these games and do all these things, and I had ticket to a bunch of events.
It's a rough day for me though.
Yeah, and then I was like, well, do you want to go in E3 and play some stuff? And he's like, no, not really.
No, not really, dog. All right, so Beast Nerd has just typed !God mode _activate. It's not a real cheat code, but we're gonna see if whether or not it works.
Trip7 says, I was driving Uber and desperately looking for Adam and Robin in downtown LA that E3.
That's awesome. You would have seen me in my worst mood ever. We have 20 marbles. We're going to go ahead and click start. If anyone has not joined yet, you have 10 seconds to do so from right meow.
Meow.
And whoever wins will get some free stuff. I know it's not right to like root for people, but I really do hope that someone new wins.
Do we have a bunch of new marbles?
I don't know about new, but we have a bunch of marbles.
I messaged my sister and I was like, join for marbles.
It's funny. Spooky Zora holds the record for our listeners/viewers at 1:35 is when this was completed, and the one that has the little head above it is the ghost ball for the record time. Right now it looks like Jangmi is in the lead, but this track is split. So way over there you can see Malum, Glitch Grim, a few other people are cruising right through, and they're gonna all converge on that goal way down there. From two different directions, and Spooky Zora's like record-setting pace is still just blistering. Looks like Mike has died, Beast Nerd has died. Those are big old bummers. Usually people survive this track, so hopefully we don't have any more deaths and we can just see who winds up making it to the end. Most of the deaths happen in the end, in fact, and that's because at the end it's a giant mess trying to fall into that thing because it's a moving target. So let's go ahead and approach where we're all going to split. It looks like Hank and Alice are in first and second place. Captain and Aves, Scriptory, McShake and Bake, Blanca, Glitch. I think Miss Deezy is still way back there, but it looks like she's in first place.
Oh my God, Trip7's like hashtag or exclamation point, all your bases are belong to us.
That's really good. So we're going to just watch the goal and see who rolls in, and this goal is going to move. So anyone approaching from the left right now is going to die. Now anyone approaching from the right is going to die. So it's going to get very, very interesting how this plays out. Right now, it looks like Hank is in first place.
Oh my gosh.
And if this goes well, Hank, you just won yourself some free merch. You just missed it. Hank has passed away. Alice is dead. Glitch is dead. Scriptory died. Captain finishing in first place. Captain Fake Eye, congratulations. You have won the first Marbles on Stream of the night. It looks like I was able to finish without dying. Queen Caffeine makes it in. 777 passes away. And we only have a few people left to make the end of the race. Here comes Jangmi. She's coming in hot, though, but she still makes it in. Miss Deezy jumps right over the goal along with Jesse Cat and Raisin Rebel. And here comes Robin. And she's dead.
I'm dead.
Okay, cool.
So, Fake Eye, if you want to email us, storytime@scaryish.com, and let us know what stickers or window clings, static clings, or whatnot that you are interested in. And I'll see what I can scrounge up.
Yeah, 1 win. 1 race total. It's a 1-for-1 ratio. Right now, you're basically the king of marbles on stream. But for those of you who didn't win, we do a second race. So let's jump back into it, and we can go ahead and see which track we're going to race for the second one of the night. Exclamation point vote, then a space, then the number that corresponds with the track you want to race. And this is the second one of the evening, so it is the last one of the evening. It's pretty cool that Captain Fake Eye wound up winning. It's pretty awesome. And I don't know if Robin said it. She probably did. But email storytime@scarish.com and let us know not just what you want or what you're looking for by way of like small merchandise, but where we can send it.
Yes.
Every time I pick up my phone, it's fucking Flo from Progressive. And I'm just like, dude, I get it. Like, there's ads on our channel. I don't need to see it constantly. And now it won't let me connect to the chat. But
why did you call Hana Kiwi Hank?
I thought it was Hank.
Oh.
All these balls are moving very fast, Robin. You could jump in and help me out if you wanted to, okay? I saw HAN and then a K in there somewhere.
Hana Kiwi reminds me of Hanakimi, and if you haven't watched that anime or read that manga or watched that live action, it's hilarious and I love it.
I haven't, and it's good to know.
You probably will never watch it, not your thing.
I mean, it's going to be on one of my TVs in the background at some point in my life, I'm sure, so maybe I wind up watching it, just saying.
Maybe.
But is it as good as the live-action Death Note, the greatest movie
Oh
ever
my
made?
gosh, no. The American one is not good. The Japanese ones, yes.
777 says, "Oh my God, Rob! When I was 13, my barber cut my hair like Hanakimi."
That's hilarious. Oh, that's cute. Jamie says, "It's okay, Hanakiwi. Adam renames all of us."
I am not good at figuring out what your name
Oh
is
my
supposed to be.
gosh.
I watch streamers and they say it right every time, and I'm always just like, I have no idea what the F these people are named. Because Jangmi, it was incorrectly named the first time. So it's because there's no spacing, and I just don't know, and I leave it up to Robin. Okay, right now the factory has the most votes. We're going to wait about 10, 15 more seconds to see if any more votes come in, and then we're going to go with the factory. If it winds up becoming a tie, well, the vote that came from our first place racer this past time was Frozen, and that's the one we wind up racing instead. So we'll see what happens. Let's say about 10 more seconds.
You should just let it go.
Get it? That's
Let
a
it
Frozen
go.
reference.
Oh my God, I forgot there's a Frozen video on our YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
We made
God.
that bet, and you wound up singing it, and she did a great job.
Oh, thanks.
All right. And it was snowing outside, so it's perfect. We're going with The Factory. We have raced it before, it looks like, on 425, so there should be a record that's been set. All right, we're in. Everyone type in exclamation point play if you would like to race.
Oh. Exclamation point play. I think that's the easiest thing to type in because sometimes voting is confusing. But exclamation point play is easier. Raisin Rebel, yeah, fixing it.
All right, we got 20 marbles in again.
Descriptor, you better have put your marble in.
Lots of threatening. Bees Nerd says, Aaron and Robin get names wrong. It's very true. So we have 21 marbles this time. So we have one more than we had last time. That's always really fun to see. I think it's funny because some people watch and they legitimately don't want to race, and that's totally cool.
Thank you so much for the Snark. Did you already say for his subscription?
Oh, no, I didn't. It probably popped up when we were racing and I didn't notice it.
Yeah, thanks so much, the Snark, for your subscription. For 8 months. You guys that have subscribed to us for so long, it like warms our hearts. We can't believe you guys have been with us for so long. It's amazing.
It's really nice that most of you, I should say, are using your Amazon Prime that gives you the free money, because like one way or another, like they're gonna keep that shit if you don't give it away, and we're happy that you choose to give it to us.
Spectral Gaming, if you hop into twitch.tv/scaryishpodcast, you can join us still for marbles. So
switch over to twitch.tv/scaryishpodcast and jump in. ASB Bunny says, I am late. Yeah, it's been an up and down day for us too, so don't even worry about it, man. If you want to join the race, go ahead. Otherwise, we're going to have the episode up for patrons tonight, and it'll be coming out Friday morning for everyone else in podcast form.
Miss Deezy says, my dog just crop dusted me. Dog farts are the worst.
They really are the worst. That's why whenever we're recording and Robin like wants to keep the pets in here, I'm like, please God, no. Like all I think of are like stinky farts and growling and barking to get out of the room.
Beast Nerd says, I paid him too. Let's
Spectral
see.
says, cool, thanks guys. Right on. So we're going to wait about 30 more seconds to give Spectral time to switch over if they want to, and then we're going to go ahead and get this thing started. So we got 21. Spectral, yay, has joined us in Twitch. Type an exclamation point play. Get us to 22, and then I think we'll be good. Is that your foot rubbing against your chair?
That's my foot rubbing against the leg of the chair.
You should please stop that, because it's going to be audible and it sounds like farts. So.
You sound like a fart. Crop dust your dog to assert dominance.
Wait till they sleep and then just fart on them.
Thank you so much, Connor, for donating so much. Thank you. $42. That's
Thank you
awesome.
so much, Connor. We appreciate it. We
you.
know you just had a big life change too with your move.
Huge move, long, ridiculous drive. Thank you so much.
Spectral, go ahead and type exclamation point play into chat, and it'll get you a marble, and you'll be joined in.
Hanakiwi says, at Jangmi, so my suspicions were right. I was the Hank he was referring to all along. I was so confused.
My bad. When the marbles are just flying and there's new names, I'm just trying to pick them out and be like a play-by-play for a racetrack. We have 22 marbles in. I'm going to click start countdown, and any of you who would like to join, you have 10 seconds left. There we go. So let's get this thing started. Let's go ahead and this looks pretty vicious. Jaxie, babe. Wow.
I didn't know if I was. Okay.
It looks like Jaxie Babe is the person who won this the last time with 1:55, and then the world record is 1:21. So let's see if we can break that collectively. Meadows jumps out to an early lead, but everyone is right behind except for Robin and ASB Bunny. Spectral is also pretty far back there, but hey, things change very quickly in this game, so we'll see what happens with it. Let's take a spin around, and oh yes, we remember this one. Lots of people are going to die, so just be prepared for that.
Oh gosh.
This is a lot of rising and falling and dropping and plinkoing.
Who designs these? These are kind of cool.
I don't know. I wonder if we could. That'd be really fun to design one. Looks like Jongmu Ban.
Oh my
is
god,
in
you're
first
so
place.
mean.
I'm really happy that Jangmi's here. Actually, I've noticed a little bit of an absence, and I was kind of worried a little bit. But not that you're here, like I feel relieved, like I can take a deep breath.
Thank you
now.
so much, Trip7, for donating. You guys are so awesome. Thank you.
We appreciate it so much, guys. I'm a little bit annoyed that the things are not popping up on my screen over here, but they're probably actually popping up over there, and I just can't see them because the emails are covering it. So, Jangmi is still in first place, coming into this vicious.
Trip7 donated to even it out to a $69.
He always does.
69.
We had some deaths. I think McShake and Bake was one of them. Okay, so we have some folks who have taken the lead. 777 is in first place. Chessie Cat and the Snark have died. Looks like ASB Bunny has also died.
Abe's Monster says, my cat is trying to play with the marbles.
That's adorable.
Our cat likes to follow the mouse when you, like the arrow of the mouse on the screen.
So my
she'll
suspicions
smack
are
you.
correct here. Amanda hit something and just flew over a bunch of shit as Blanca and Queen Caffeine die. And she just skipped over a bunch of difficult parts of this to take the lead and is going to win and set a new record pace. Alice in Wonderland just died.
Wow.
Like, this is how far ahead. She, like, hit the corner of something and launched off like she was dying and wound up winning like that, which is very, very impressive. And everyone who's left back here, you are now racing to try and finish to get points, because if you don't finish before there's, like, a wave of energy that's going to come and murder all the marbles, you won't collect points for it. So we have 8 marbles left, and I can't believe that happened. I think she just stole the record, too, so.
Yeah.
777, Mike,
Sweet.
Valley Grills, Beast
Oh my
Nerd.
gosh. If Meadows both win again.
Take first and second place, you
Yeah.
mean?
Oh my gosh, it's going to happen, isn't it?
It is going to happen. Mike is going to take second
Wow.
place.
Of course it would.
777, Valley Girls, Beast Nerd, the Scriptery, the Robin Grace, and Abe's Monster. Holy shit, Spectral just launched in from who knows where and is going to wind up finishing 6th. Congratulations, Spectral, finishing 6th, collecting some points for the season. There's Scriptery and Robin side by side, and Abe's Monster is going to make it as well.
My ball is holding your ball's hand.
It's adorable. All right. And that concludes the second race. Congratulations to Amanda. And pretty good shit. I think you did
Amanda,
take that.
I don't know where I shot out of, but dang.
I just saw the ball come flying by. Yeah, 1:49. Amanda took, this is the fastest we've ever raced it previously. It was 1:55. And that was pretty freaking impressive. That's an extra 6 seconds shaved off the record. So pretty good stuff, man. Let's take a look at the season stats. The Snark is...
Look at all my points.
Not the Snark. Robin has 28 points. Then the Snark at 22. I have 20. So does Blanca Bello. Who else is up there? It looks like Mike has 17. Abe's Monster actually has 19. Pretty solid shit. Girl Panic has 10. And 777 has 11. So pretty good stuff. We don't really announce stuff that we're going to give away at the end of the season, but sometimes we're just like, yeah, let's just give some shit away to whoever won the season. And sometimes that's someone who didn't even want to race the entire time just because they were here and they raced and they finished. So good stuff. All right. So thank you folks for joining us for Marbles on Stream. I'm going to go ahead and try and get us out of this, but I can't find my mouse anywhere. There it is. So fun.
In the sun. Which has not been out here in the desert for some reason, and I love it.
It's been a lot of rain.
It's a lot of rain. I mean, the temperature today was like 65. I am so happy that this summer is cold.
She's only happy when it rains.
I'm only happy when it rains.
Because she hates every beautiful day.
Is that how that song goes?
It's a different song, but fun stuff. This has been a really good time. So thank you especially to you folks that stuck with us when it just wasn't fucking working, because I think that was frustrating for all of us. But hey, we got it to work. So that said, some of our new folks won some stuff, which is always super fun. And
yeah,
cool, good stuff. So I want to go ahead and thank everyone that sent their stories to us, their homegrown horrors. We really appreciate it.
We had a lot of good ones tonight too, and we thank everybody for opening up their heart. We know some of these stories are really hard to share, especially when it concerns a family member that's passed. So we thank you guys so much.
We really do. And thank you to everyone who watched us live. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but with your help, we were able to work through it pretty quickly and get you a pretty quality show. You've all been very nice to us, saying that we look nice today, especially Robin.
Thank you so much.
Robin looks bomb as shit. And if those of you who don't join us for the live episodes, you don't know, and you should join us. So just saying. But this has been really fun, and if you have a story that you'd like to send us, please email storytime@scarish.com or go to our website, scarish.com, and click Contact Us. You can also message us on all our social medias, which is facebook.com/scarishpodcast for Facebook. Twitter is @scarishpod. Instagram is @scarishpodcast. Or you can join us on Discord if you're just looking to hang out. The best way to do that, go to our website, scarish.com. Scroll down. You'll see links to all of our social medias. They're just little icons. Find the Discord one and click it, and we have so much stuff there. Our Game of Thrones channel is going to be empty soon because the series is over. But we had some really good conversation after the series ended, and so many good memes.
So many memes. I was looking through all the memes today, and you guys are so freaking funny.
Shout out to everyone who donated during the live show and everyone who watched. McShake and Bake donated $42. And the message during that was !cheats enabled, !everyone on fire, and !, love you all. We love you too.
Thank you so much.
And 777 donated 20 and said, I had to do it because every time we get a donation, 777 figures out a way to bring our total to 69 in one way or another.
Wow.
And that is what we're at. So pretty awesome stuff. Thank you folks for that. What's that, Robin?
No, just someone commented in the Twitch chat, and it's Brendan Diggs, and he says, before you guys go, it's Douche Canoe.
That's hilarious.
That's hilarious. Thank you for joining us at the end of this stream. Next time, join us beginning
6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time if you can make it. If not, we understand. We're going to release the episodes like we always do Fridays. I think they come out at 4 a.m. is when I schedule these things to come out. But based off of Libsyn time, I have no idea when it actually posts. But we're trying to get it out before you folks wake up so it's sitting there on your phone for you. And we're going to try and do that. So if you folks send us your stories, we're going to read them. We're going to get to them sooner or later. If there's like horrific grammatical errors, we can't figure out what you're saying, we'll try and get back to you and be like, what? So send them on in. We really want to hear them. And Robin, if folks want to donate to us and not do it during the live stream, what options do they have?
You can go to patreon.com/scarishpodcast. Those are monthly donations. We have a whole bunch of different tiers. Some like Scarish merch tiers that I actually hand make myself, where I design and get made like stickers and stuff like that I'll send out periodically as well. And then we have coffee, ko-fi.com/scarishpodcast. And those are one-time donations, and those one-time donations, as well as the ones on the live stream, help us upgrade our studio setup, which is great. So if you guys could do that, that would be awesome. We can't do it without you. All our lovely patrons that we have now, that have helped us out for so long. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, Hana Kiwi, for following.
Apologies for getting your name wrong during that special thing we do on live shows that the folks of you who don't watch our live shows don't know about. It's really fun. You should really join us. But yeah, I think that's just about everything we have for this episode of Storytime. We're 2 away from the sex number. I think we're all really excited for that.
Wow.
So Robin, go ahead and sign us out.
Keep on creeping on, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye.